Hey, I'm Shay. This is our home practice. Thanks for showing up for yourself today. And this is Betty. She might stay there, she might not. We're going to do a 30-minute practice together, focusing on our foundations, focusing on what our feet do when they are on the floor and when they are oriented in different positions. I'm excited. I really like talking about this stuff. So let's go ahead and get started on our backs. Take a moment on your back. Knees can be bent, feet on the floor, or you can extend the legs out. Just take a few seconds before we start to move to just arrive. Take a few focusing, centering breaths. Maybe allowing your low lungs to fill up with more air. And feeling what is physically pressing into the floor right now. And as we start to move, as we start to get a little bit more into our practice, I don't want you to lose this sense of where you're coming from matters. How you do what you do matters. And it really matters that our base, our foundation beneath us, is solid. I can mean that both physically and mentally, emotionally. What you believe in informs what you do, how you live your life. What is your foundation? Maybe you don't have one. Maybe you don't know what it is. Might be a nice time to consider it. Nice. As your breath becomes a little more aware, as your body becomes a little bit more here, hopefully the mind starts to get on board too. Cool. Now, as you're ready, I invite you to pull the knees in towards your chest or your shoulders. Take a moment to do so, maybe rolling through your ankles and your toes. If you don't have a mic pack on your back, you might rock a little right to left. Nice, and then we'll just take a full body stretch to counter that. Arms and legs will reach away from each other, maybe even interlacing the fingers and flipping through the palms, reaching through the feet. Crack, snackle, snapple, pop. And then feet will come to the floor. Remember, the base of what we do matters. Okay? In every pose that we do, there's going to be something on the floor, so we have to make sure that it's supporting us. So take your feet a little closer towards you. Turn your toes a little bit wide. The knees are going to go in the same direction. And then with your hands, you may interlace them once you lift, but I actually like to have the hands gripping onto the mat, so I have another point of contact. I have more of a base. Now, as I work my base, I press my feet a little bit more. I might even pull my yoga mat. I'm going to start to lift from that base. Now, once you're lifted, I want you to just take a few breaths. We're going to start to get into flow here shortly, but I want you to feel your feet underneath of you, the tripod base of each foot, the 3 points of contact, pressing a little more firmly down. But with the insides of the feet, with the arches of the feet, start to dome and lift them. Note if things start to work a little more by just working your base. One more in-breath here. Now exhale really slowly, start to lower everything back down. Okay, now we're going to start to work that with a little more rhythm. Inhale at your base, press your low back down, press your feet, press your shoulders. Exhale, start to lift from that base. Stay there. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, everything lowers back down. Stay there, inhale. Exhale, lift. Press to lift. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Keep pressing the tops of the shoulders down. Exhale, everything lowers. One more round. Inhale, base presses. Exhale, we lift from our base. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, lower it all the way back down. Pause. You might take the knees in towards each other, or you might take the knees wide and the soles of the feet together. Slow your breath. Return to that foundational feeling underneath of you, just really supporting you. And then as you are ready, we will come to a seated position, maybe rocking along your spine or coming to a side and coming all the way up that way. Great. Now from your seated position, take both legs out in front of you or maybe even a little bit wide to give yourself a little bit more room. Remove flesh from underneath of your hips so we can feel more of our base. We can feel more of our foundation underneath of us. Just like when we use the feet, just like when we're on the feet, anything that's touching the floor becomes your base. So use it. Press your heels down, toes and knees pointing straight up. Lift through your spine. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, crawl yourself forward into a fold. Stop once you stop. Reestablish your base, reestablish your length, and then possibly a little deeper in. Notice I'm rocking a little right to left. I like that. It keeps me from feeling stuck. Possibly it might feel nicer for you to pause. But your breath gets a little deeper. It anchors your attention, right? Our focus needs an attention. It needs a base. It needs a place to return to. So let it be your breath. Let it be the base of your feet today, okay? So eventually we'll come to all fours, tabletop pose, maybe padding up your knees with a blanket, maybe having blocks if you need them, or if you have really short arms like I do. Hands are underneath of your shoulders and your wrists. Knees are underneath of your hips. Tucking your toes if necessary. Inhale, extend your right leg out behind you. Possibly raise and reach your left arm forward. Stay there. Inhale, root into your base to find reach. Exhale, knee towards elbow under your body, maybe adding more to your base if you're not high enough. Inhale, reach arm and leg away. Keep the hips and torso level. Exhale, knee towards elbow, round. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, connect. Now we'll inhale, reach arm and leg away. But as we exhale, left hand comes to your base, comes back to the floor as a base. Right foot steps over to the left. Inhale, find your side bend. Stay in your side bend as you exhale. Inhale, back through to center, right heel up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the right foot forward between the hands. Inhale, we stay here. Now, as we exhale, more pressing into the tripod of your front foot, more pressing into the back knee, and we lift our chest. Inhale here. Exhale, allow yourself to get a little deeper into the lunge. Keep working your base. One more inhale, you might reach the arms overhead. Exhale, twist, left hand to floor or block, or left elbow across to right knee. Whatever your base is, press out of it. Stay, inhale, lengthen. Stay, exhale, see if you can collect a bit. One more breath in, press down into what you're pressing into. Exhale, release it, hands to floor or blocks, straighten out the front leg for a second. Inhale here, your heel is your base, press it more. Exhale, rebend the front knee, step it back to all fours, child's pose, or downward facing dog. Collect a little length in your body, collect a little length in your breath. Nice. And then we return to tabletop pose. We extend the left leg out behind us. We send the right arm forward. And rather than just what's here, what's reaching, think about more what's pressing. Inhale. Exhale, draw knee towards elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee towards elbow. Last one. Inhale, reach. Don't speed up, don't slow down. Exhale, knee to elbow. Keep that rhythm so your mind has focus. Inhale, reach. Now this time on your exhale, we take our side bend. Right hand comes back to the base, left foot steps over to the right side, and we find our inhale in our side bend. We stay for our exhale. Inhale back to center, left leg back. Exhale, left foot to the top of the yoga mat, crescent lunge. Back knee might scoot a little further back if you don't feel like you have enough distance. Inhale, lift the chest. Stay on the exhale. Feel like you're allowing your base to be more solid. One more in-breath here, maybe raising and reaching the arms. Exhale, right hand to floor. Right elbow might come across to that knee. Now, if I take the elbow across to the knee, but I can't find lift and length in the spine, I take it back a step, right? And then I refine that length. Stay for your breath in. Stay for your breath out. The floor is your friend. One more inhalation in your twist. We untwist as we exhale. We straighten out the front leg for a second. We press the heel down. We pull the chest forward from what? The foundation underneath of us. That's what we need to work from. We rebend the front knee. We step it back to downward facing dog or alternative child's pose or whatever works for you. And then eventually, friends, together, we'll come to the top of the yoga mat into a standing forward fold. Take a moment to just breathe, to just reorient. You might move a little right to left. You might sway a little right to left. Nice. And then find center. Press your feet into the floor a bit more. Tripods of your base are solidly pressing down, but feel the inner part of the foot, the arch or the dome of the foot, slightly lifting up. And then inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or blocks. Exhale, refold. Keep that firm press of your feet. Do that again. Halfway lift, inhale, extend your spine forward. And refold, exhale, all the while keeping that base really firm. One more time, halfway lift, use your spinal muscles. And refold on your exhale. Now we start to create rhythm. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. We grow up and out of our base. Tadasana as we exhale, hands together or by your sides. Inhale, stretch up. We feel like we're growing from our feet. Exhale, keep that solidity and fold. Inhale, lift halfway up, grow long. Exhale, refold and soften. Inhale, stretch up. Lift the arches as you press the feet. Tadasana as you exhale. Last one, just real steady. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift and lengthen. Refold, exhale. Inhale, stretch up, maybe look up, maybe a little back bend. Exhale, Tadasana. Now we'll move on. Lunging salutations. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Step the right foot back, crescent lunge. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Stay there, inhale. Exhale, hands down, down dog first. Stay there, or inhale, come forward into plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, or all the way. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Find your base and use it. Exhale, return to down dog. Stay there, inhale, hips are high. Exhale, right foot steps forward, left knee comes down, or it stays lifted. Inhale, stretch the arms up, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. refold, exhale. Now come into chair pose, bend the knees, inhale, stay centered over your tripod base. Exhale, refold. We're going to do that twice more, just like we did those halfway lifts. Inhale, bend the knees, chair pose. Lift your chest as you drop your hips. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, hips pull back, knees pull forward, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Same intention in the spine. Left foot back, crescent lunge. Option to bring the back knee down. Inhale, stretch up. This time we'll twist. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale here, lift the back thigh, engage it. Exhale, hands down, down dog first. Stay there, or inhale, come forward into plank. Press your hands down, press your feet down. Exhale, chaturanga or to the floor. Inhale, lift from your base. Exhale, down dog. Stay there, inhale. Use your base to lift your hips. Exhale, left foot forward, crescent lunge. Inhale, stretch up, find the lift from the floor. Exhale, step forward, back foot steps in. Inhale, lift halfway up, use your feet. Exhale, refold, soften in. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, stretch the arms, lift the chest. Refold as you exhale. Now we'll add on from that. Inhale, lift halfway up. Right foot back, right knee down this time. Inhale, stretch up from the base. Exhale, twist right elbow across to left knee. Stay there, inhale, push away from that front thigh. Exhale, hands down, down dog or chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Try not to lose your pace. Try not to lose your base. Ooh. From your downward facing dog, inhale, right leg to sky, please. Exhale, right knee towards your nose. Round, use your base to find that roundness. Again, inhale, three-legged dog, right leg up and back. This time, right foot will step to the top of the yoga mat and we'll come right into warrior two. Spin and ground the back foot, reach the arms. Okay. Now, as I work what's up here, oftentimes I forget what's down here. So keep breathing, same pattern of breath as before. Keep yourself anchored in that rhythm. But feel the front foot, the tripod base of the front foot. Look at the toes, look at the knees, make sure they're going in the same direction. And then look at your back foot. Seal the back foot to the floor and lift your arches. Right? As that front thigh descends, it almost feels like the back thigh is trying to lift. Arms wide. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Take that front arm up and over. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Slow this down and work this from your base. Exhale, extended side angle. We lean forward, but we keep our sides long. One more time with movement. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Elbow might be on knee or hand might be on the inside or outside of the foot on a floor or block. Press away from your base. Feel like what's pressing is what's lifting you, is what's lengthening you. Stay for one more in-breath in your extended side angle. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Pause or flow. Steady breath, steady anchor. Keep coming back. From your down dog, inhale, raise and reach your left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, and step forward. Warrior two on our second side. So we're going to bring that back heel to the floor. We're going to lift our chest. And as we bend the front knee, front toes, going in the same direction. Okay? Back foot, toes might turn slightly in, but the back edge of that back foot is just really sealed. Right? You try to also base in on that back toe, okay? Now, as I'm doing all of that, I'm getting deeper in my front thigh, and I'm lifting my back one, and all the way up I find lift. All the way out I find reach. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, extended side angle. One more time, reverse it. Extended side angle, pause. Whatever you're pressing into, press away from it. Use that foundation to find more lift, to find more length. One more in-breath, please. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog, or chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Take your time. What you decide is to keep yourself anchored, to keep yourself rooted in what is real. And oftentimes we do too much, or we go too far, and we can't collect. We don't have a solid base underneath of us. So we need that. We need to keep coming back. So from your downward facing dog, this time, bend your knees, inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Refold, exhale. This time, Utkatasana, chair pose. Okay, bring the hands together at prayer. Send those hip creases deeper, but lift your chest more, right? The tripod base of your feet, keep them solid. Keep yourself anchored in your breath. Transition weight to the left foot. Send the right leg up and back behind you for warrior three. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, land the feet, chair pose. Switch, right foot down, right tripod base firmly engaged as we send the left leg back. Inhale, warrior three, keep the standing knee bent. Whoo. And then back to chair pose. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, left elbow across to right knee. Stay there, inhale, find more length in your spine. Exhale, hands down, down dog or chaturanga, up dog, down dog. And what we're doing, everything that we're creating, comes from the foundation we started with. From your downward facing dog, inhale, right leg to sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog with a little twist. Right leg up, right knee will bend. But think about more what you're basing into. So that standing foot, standing hip pulls in, hands reach, they root, stay for a bigger breath in. Maybe you get a little bit more length. Exhale, right foot will step to the top of the yoga mat. Again, warrior two. Lift the chest, reach the arms, find all of that base from the first time. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, extended side angle, pause. Stay here, inhale. Start to step the back foot in towards the front foot. And with that bottom hand, you're going to come to a base, either the block or a floor. And as we base up more on the front hand and the front foot, the back leg lifts. Now what tends to happen is we're still turning down, turn away from the standing arm, turn away from that standing foot. Stay here, reach the top arm. Inhale, half moon. As you exhale, turn the chest down, turn that top hip, top toes down, and come into standing split. Yeah. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, step that lifted leg a big step back. Come back into downward facing dog first. Pause or inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga or the floor. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, send that left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged down dog with a twist. Stay here for a few steady breaths and allow your base to find more length. One more inhale. Exhale, left foot to the top, back heel seals, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, pause. Now, as we move into our standing balance, The orientation of the body doesn't change much. So I step the bottom hand forward, I step the back foot in, but then I try to recreate warrior two, extended side angle while I'm in half moon. Stay for the breath, use the floor, press away from it. Exhale, turn the top hip down, turn the top toes down, bring that top hand down. And then standing L, you can be here, a little more lifted, or you can start to fold in a bit deeper and come into standing split. One more breath. Right foot takes a big step back behind you. Hands down, down dog. Pause or cleanly move through chaturanga, up dog, down dog, or just rest. Nice. Once you're back in downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees like you're a little spring, and then with the base, we get to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Refold, exhale. Inhale, stretch the arms up, lift the chest. Exhale, Tadasana. Nice, let's cool off a little bit. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Down dog or last time, or second to last time, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Please don't outpace your breath. Keep everything really steady. Right leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog with a little twist. Option to stay there. Option two, come a little forward into plank. Come to the outside edge of that left foot and start to step those right toes behind you, right? And then as you're based down, just like we did in extended side angle, I want you to feel like you're turning up and away from that bottom arm, from the bottom hip. Stay here, inhale, wild thing or flip dog. And then exhale, get back to down dog first, or if you fancy, that top leg will come forward into pigeon. Right hand will come down, right shin will come forward, back leg will wiggle back. I'm a little sweaty. I don't usually do this much while I'm teaching. And then before you fold, I want you to have the base press down. Yes. And then a little foldy fold action, letting everything relax, letting the shoulders, letting the back of the neck, just everything breathe for a second. Almost think of these pigeons right now, because this is the kind of shavasana you'll be getting in this practice today, unless you take one on your own. Just feel as you're in pigeon pose that you just can let a few breaths out. Nice. One more bigger breath in. Completely let the air out. Start to come back up onto your hands. Downward facing dog, please. Maybe flow. Maybe just stick a child's pose. Great. And then before the second side, bring the knees to the floor. Lift the chest, take the elbows out to the side. Right elbow on top of left elbow, Garudasana. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the elbows. Exhale, round, pause. Breathe into the space in your upper back. You just did a wild thing, potentially, so now we're just kind of doing the opposite of that. Great. And then release the arms, lift the chest, take the hands forward, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to sky. Exhale, knee to nose, make a little bit of room. Inhale, three-legged dog with a twist. Top leg up, top knee bends, and that's your base. We might stay here, or we might come a little bit forward to plank, come to the outside edge of the right foot, really seal that down, And then start to step that left foot behind you. Notice I had to get creative there with that plant. And then I'm turning away from the bottom shoulder. I'm turning away from that bottom waist. And I'm lifting my hips from my base, lifting my chest from my base, possibly reaching that top arm overhead. Nice. And then depending upon how fancy you're being today, that left foot will come to the top eventually into pigeon. Left shin forward, left knee as wide as your yoga mat, if not wider. Walking the back foot further back. Option to take 90-90 if the hips feel really tight today. Option to come onto your back and figure 4 stretch. But as you come into pigeon pose, I want you to release the work you are doing. Take a few breaths out of your mouth, right? We're really close to time here. Just allow yourself to kind of settle in a bit. Allow your eyes to soften like you're in a pseudo shavasana. Great. And then crawl back up onto your hands. Get to all fours. Settle onto your knees. Lift your chest. Take your elbows out. Okay, so you're in cactus shape with the elbows. Inhale here. Left elbow on top of right, Garudasana, or hands will come to your upper back. Press your elbows forward, lift your fingers up, lift your chest. Inhale. Exhale, spread your shoulder blades round your back and breathe into that space for a few rounds of breath. Nice, and then all the way up and out of that. Pause in a seated position or kneeling or come all the way onto your back. And just pause for the next 30 seconds. Take it in. Allow your breath to just soften back to its normal, everyday rhythm. All right, we are at time. So, option for you to stay longer, stay in Shavasana, enjoy your life. Option to come to a seat as you're ready. Resting your hands together at your heart or on top of your knees. Lifting your chest, taking one more intentional breath in. Exhale, letting that go. Where your foundation is placed, what you do, how you do it, it matters. And creating this place where you can keep coming back to is a really good thing. It's a really good way to remember who you are, to remember that where you live from is how you're going to live your life. So thanks for showing up with me today. I really appreciate it. Betty stayed the whole time. That's great. I hope you come back. Enjoy your day.